What's up, everybody? Alex here, host of Jiu-Jitsu Radio, and this episode is a very last-minute episode. Obviously, we're coming with a little bit less energy today because of the passing of Leandro Lo, and we wanted to kind of get a little bit more serious on this one. Obviously, it's a sad situation for everybody, and I wanted to get someone that I know had experience up close with Lo. So I asked my good friend Gilbert Burns, who's been on the podcast many times, to come on here and talk and kind of give us his point of view of the situation. Obviously, being an elite level grappler, Gilbert has competed against so many different people, and obviously being, one of the top 5 guys in the UFC in his division, he's gotten to train with people all over the world. So I thought that he would be the best person that I know that we could get on the podcast to kind of give us some more information on his point of view and his experience in working and competing against Leandro Lo. So no frills. Big thank you to everybody for all the support, and I hope you enjoy this episode of the podcast, despite the reason being for it all. So without any further ado, Gilbert Burns. Ladies and gentlemen, he is back. Good friend of mine. We haven't spoken on the podcast in a while. Obviously, I wish it was under better circumstances, but I felt that it was appropriate to get today's podcast out there as soon as possible after giving some time. But Gilbert Burns, how are you, sir?
I'm good, brother. How you doing?
I'm doing all right, man. Listen, a lot of stuff has been going on in jiu-jitsu this last week. There's a lot of stuff that happened. Obviously, we'll get into it, but the biggest thing that I wanted to bring you on today is to talk about what happened with Leandro this last weekend, Saturday night, Sunday morning. Just let's kind of go back and because there's going to be a lot that I want to ask you and stuff. But where were you when you find out about what happened about Leandro's passing?
That was a bad day already, So going back for last Saturday night, Vicente Luque, a brother of mine, he lost his fight, and first time he got knocked out, and then whenever he get knocked out, it's a little bit better than UFC. They send him to the hospital, so I knew he was in the hospital. It was very hard for me to get to sleep. I didn't sleep at all. And then whenever I talked to him with Daniel, Ali, the guys I know he was good, then I kind of rest up a little bit, try to sleep. That was already like maybe 4 a.m., 5 a.m. And about 8:30 a.m., I get a message, and I was so worried about Vicente because I thought it was something about Vicente. And when I saw it was Ari, my jiu-jitsu coach at Sanford, and then Ari, like, unbelievable, look at this shit. And then he sent me the link. And then I would just kind of half sleep, half, and then whenever I click, it was Leandro, and that was devastating. I was already on a bad mood, and then whenever I got that news was devastating, and then especially Leandro because he was never a close friend of mine. He was never too close, but for sure I saw a lot of things that the guy achieved, being there. And but I think the thing that hurt the most is like all the fighters, all the competitors that I face it. I appreciate these guys bringing me to a different level of competitiveness because they are so good, and I know they are so good that they make me work way harder, And Leandro was a guy that I faced 4 times, and I remember each and every time that we fought was a very hard one. Then I want to make sure I was 100% ready, so I worked super hard. And with that being said, he made me a lot better as a competitor, as a fighter. And I have a tremendous respect to all these high level guys that I face in jiu-jitsu, like JT Torres, Leandro Lo, Lucas Lepre, Michael Lange, Kron Grace, all these guys, I have a lot of respect, a ton of respect, but appreciation too, because I know because they competition level make me be a better fighter. So, and whenever I saw the news, it was just heartbreaking. You know, it was super sad, especially. Oh, come on, no one deserves that, right? No one deserves to get shot in the face. No one, even the guy's a douchebag. He don't deserve that. But we feel even more because he's a freaking real nice guy. You know, like good
Yeah.
energy, a great energy, you know, very nice guy, very humble, guys that he's that kind of guy that have the grace, you know, the guy comes whenever they goes, everybody makes that it makes the mood, you know, the guys that controls the mood. He's stepping, he's funny, he's laughing, he's enjoyable. So it's very hard when we lose a guy like that, you know.
Yeah, it's funny because I was having the conversation with some people the other day, and obviously, like we've known each other for a good amount of years, and I've been fortunate enough to be around you in some of like the hardest training like you ever done for matches, whether it was for jiu-jitsu or for MMA.
Yes,
And we always
yes.
like, yeah, and like I always like ask questions and like ask you about so and so, but I've never heard you or really anyone say anything bad about Leandro. Like I never
Well,
heard anything bad about the guy, Like I know he liked to party. I always heard that he
yes,
enjoyed like having a good beer, but like I've never heard him like be like a bad guy.
no, not at all. I remember that one episode that he got into a fight
Mm,
because he was drinking. He was a little bit, but was one episode that he got into a fight. And I heard a lot of things back and forth that the first fight that they had, this guy was a little bit involved. You know, that guy that shot him,
mm.
he was a little bit involved in the first episode. I don't know if
Wow.
he was the guy, but I think he was one of the guys that break out the first fight and then went to the they went to the cop station and then all on the police station they did all the things. This guy was there, the guy that shot him,
Oh,
you
wow.
know, Sunday. But I don't know a lot about it, but it's crazy because we really lost one of the good guys, you know. That's I think what hurts the most. He's not a the guy is a legend in jiu-jitsu. 8 times black belt world champion is not for everybody, you know. And in multiple divisions, that's the difference about Leandro. Like lightweight, middleweight, medium heavy. He fought a heavy, was second place. He won the open class. It's different numbers, you know. It's different
Yeah.
status. Beat Gordon Ryan, beat a lot of high level guys. So, but that is not even that. Is like we in freaking 2022, bro. Those things cannot happen. Even if I have a beef with the guy, if something happened, if I'm a cop, if I own a gun, or if not, you shouldn't never ever shoot someone in the head. You know, never like.
It's
And that doesn't go to my mind how people are still like very evil nowadays, you know, with a lot of technology, with a lot of everything is open. If you like feeling depressed, just freaking Google depression. What should I do? Go to a psychologist, go to a professional. If you any type of feeling that you have in today, you have books, you have professionals, you have medicine, you have a lot. You shouldn't be evil enough to shoot a guy in the face. It doesn't matter what the guy did to you. There's a lot of angry, there's a lot of evil, and I'm sick of these. You know, we should be. I know we like it's different, but we're not. I don't know. We need a little bit more love, a little bit more compassion, a little bit more of those things. You know. Can you see
yeah.
me? Yeah.
Yeah, yeah.
But it's a heartbreak, you know. It's a crazy, 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 crazy situation that makes me sick. You just think about it. It's so sad. I hope it's the last time, but we know it's not the last time. It's
Yeah.
not the first time, you know. But I'm my hope is I don't know. I don't know what even to hope, but I hope people get a little bit more love and more compassion about each other, you know.
But so, I mean, obviously, I think it's one of those things, like you said, like if there was a past between this guy and Leandro, like it'll come out at some point. But since it's obviously we're not gonna get as much news as you might get just because you know all the news outlets in Brazil and stuff. Have you heard like any more information come out?
I heard because in Brazil they have a law if if you made a crime and they know was the guy because if you that's a stupid rule that the law that they have in Brazil is stupid law. If you're a copy and if you have your gun with you, you can go anywhere with your gun. You know, even or if it's a private part, you can if you're a copy. But they just get your badge, they got your number badge. So that's why it was super easy to identify the guy who did. But with that being said, if they got you in the scene, you go to the jail right away. But if that law is so stupid, if it's past 24 hours and you get caught, you don't go to jail. You know, you're gonna get locked up, but not jail. Jail. You know,
Mm,
you get. So that freaking guy was so he did everything on purpose. So he kind of wait until a certain time and then
he
he
put himself in.
yeah, put himself in, and so that's what I heard, and then I heard like he was the provider for his family. He
Mm.
was the guy that like took his mom out of the job, a lot of I think his sister and another person out of the job, and he was the one taking care. And shit, now they gotta go back, to work, and I don't know, and I just super sad. That's the only thing that I know. They I don't
Yeah.
yeah.
Well, it makes sense because like more and more information started coming out about the guy, and then it came out the fact that he was a purple belt. So, I mean, it was pretty much whether he was in jiu-jitsu or not. I mean, people are gonna know that there's a famous jiu-jitsu guy in the club, especially in Brazil. Like they're gonna know he's there. So the fact that guy, to me, anyway, again, like we don't have the full information, but the guy knew exactly what he was doing, coming up to low and like taking the bottle off the table, like starting a fight.
One
So,
hundred percent. 100% the guy know who he was.
so do you think like, and it's a big fear, obviously, that everybody has with the whole situation. Do you think this is going to be one of those things where the famous "oh, it's Brazil" line kind of comes into play, and the corruption kind of saves this guy from going to jail, or do you think that it's going to be too serious of a situation for him to get away with it?
I think he's getting too serious. He's getting everywhere. All the huge news in Brazil. In Brazil, they have a program is like called Fantastic. That's how it calls. Fantastic is the big show. It's end of night, like end of the day might be 7 p.m., 8 p.m. Whenever everybody's chilling already, everybody stopping. They watch these. He's very famous to everyone watch that show in Brazil, and that was a big thing on that show with the whole Leandro story, telling what happened. So it got super big, his case in Brazil. And the jiu-jitsu community is so big in Brazil. A lot of cops know jiu-jitsu, do jiu-jitsu, a lot of judges, a lot of politicians that I believe these guys going to jail. Jersey will be served, I believe, because it's a big deal. It's a very big deal. I don't think even though we get a lot of corruption, we got a lot of shit that unfortunately we have. I don't think in that case, this guy is not. There's no way he's not going to jail. Like that thing was, those things that explode. That it's so big
Yeah.
that they cannot let it go. They won't let it go. It was a very big deal. So I hope and I think this guy's going to jail for sure.
Yeah, I mean, let's hope so. I'm curious to see the more information. Like you said, I mean, this is the first I hear the fact that he had a past and that guy was involved too, because the research that I did show that this guy was arrested at one point, I think
Yes.
for assault on a cop, and then they just like they didn't want to press charges on him. So it's like something's gonna come up for sure. Um, so I was doing some more research. Obviously, like I always like to go back and look at the matches and stuff for you. And you are actually under BJJ Heroes. You're listed as Leandro's first ever match, like professional like match in Jiu-Jitsu in 2011. I believe it was the World Pro Trials. Let me see. The
Yes. No, no. I had the first match that I had with him was in São Paulo.
mm,
That one is on YouTube. It was a war. That was the first time that we ever fought, and he was very, very good. He was just coming up. I think he was a brown belt world champion, and then he just got his black belt. I was his first match. It was that tournament, and I beat him. And At that moment, I beat him, and I knew, I said, man, that's his first tournament as a black belt. I beat the guy, but it was a very tough one. Like, that guy's gonna be a problem. After that moment, he was fighting every other tournament. Me too, not as much because I was already a big name on the black belt. I wasn't just chasing competition. I was kind of like picking the best ones. So he was beating everybody. And then we faced each other again on that trials in Brazil. I fought him in the semifinals and was another war. And then I lost to Michael Long on the finals. And we went to Worlds. We won on a different side of bracket. He lost on the quarterfinals for Michael Lang, if I'm not wrong. No, he lost to 𝗏𝗃𝘂𝘃𝘁𝐺𝐵, I think.
Me,
On
I
the,
could probably double check it. Let me see.
yeah, on the quarterfinals, he lost to 𝗏𝗃𝘂𝘃𝘁. And then if you beat 𝗏𝗃𝘃𝘂𝘃𝘁, I will be on the finals probably because my final was with Kron. And that was we were in the same bracket, but we didn't fight. And then
Yeah.
I won the awards and I went to MMA. And then after 1 year or 2 years here in Florida, I was kind of struggling a little bit. It was super hard. We decided to go back to Jiu-Jitsu. And then I was training Pablo. That was when I started training Popovich with AJ Souza. And I compete the world's no gi.
Yeah.
And I fought Leandro in the semifinals and I beat him again in another war. And then
That was like the 2013 one.
20
Yeah.
13. And then 2014 or 15, I think I believe it was 14. I'm not sure.
Yeah.
The guys from Papadio, they hit me up. They want to do a match with him. And I really don't want to do it because I wasn't the same guy with the gi anymore.
Yeah, I remember
And
that one.
yeah, and then I tried to ask for a bunch of money and they accept. But then they say, well, you're gonna accept, but it gotta be no time limit. And then I say, I don't care. And then he beat me. And the good thing, like after 20 something minutes, he submit me. And then he said, I still gonna celebrate the win, but was not the same. You're not the same guy. You're not that guy that beat me. So I respect you a lot. And then I like it because he was very like I beat you, but I know it wasn't your best. That's his
Right.
like what he said. And then I kind of like, man, I like this guy even more now. Like because he know he was real. He was
Yeah.
celebrating for sure. But he said no, he wasn't that guy. He was a little far focused on MMA right now. So, but I had good memories with the guy. We always try to beat each other, but no hard feelings, no nothing bad. Always trying to win. Let's go, like let's go super hard. And then I think that's why I get a ton of respect. That's why all his opponents become his friends. Like 𝗏𝗃𝘂𝘃𝘃 was his opponent, became his friend. 𝗏𝗏𝘂𝘃𝘃𝘃 was his friend, was he fought against him, then became his friend. All of these guys, his best friends, they fought each other, then they become friends. So that's how cool the guy is. So not a that's a thing that make that loss even more hurtful.
Yeah. Speaking of Pena, what do you think about what happened with the situation on Sunday with the match with Gordon and all the drama that's kind of kicked up about it now?
Yeah, I think
Did you see the that Flo put
watch
a,
I I watched the whole match. I watched the interviews. Yeah, they put anything more or no?
yeah, well, Flo posted a message today, actually, like about like 1 o'clock, talking about it because there's been like a lot of back and forth, obviously, with what Felipe said, and then Gordon just kind of putting out his statement saying, this is what really happened. Like they offered Pena a rematch, like to reschedule the match, but he decided, no, I want more money and a rematch. But as far as from your point of view, obviously everyone says it's easy for someone to say like, oh, if it was me, I would have just done this or this, that, and the other. But from your point of view, like, do you think that Pena should have taken the match like and kept going, or should he just rescheduled it?
If the guy is considering his brother, the way he was saying, like I know they were super close. I come on, I cannot fight like brother of mine, even if it's not a real blood brother, but if he's a very close friend of mine pass away, I'm not fighting. It's no way. Yeah, there's no way. Me, There's no way I'll fight. I don't care. We're gonna reschedule. I need a little bit more week. I need to clean my head. I need to kind of feel that loss with my family. Support everyone that I have to support. Kind of carry on that hurt, and then whenever I feel better, we're gonna go back training, go to a fight. But it's very hard to know. Sometimes you feel like, no, I'm gonna fight. I'm already here. Whatever. And then maybe when everything you think it gets hard, I know when you gotta dig deep a little bit. It's nothing to dig. You're still feeling that loss. It's unfortunate. It's very hard. If it was me, I don't think I will fight. I would just try to, brother. I hope you guys understand. I'm not fighting.
Yeah.
I need to be on that killing mode to go to a fight. I cannot go halfway for a fight. He's already a fight, right? Okay, match, but whatever. It's gonna be super hard. Two guys trying to win. If I do everything right and I'm 100%, it's gonna be hard. Think about if I'm not 100%, if I'm not feeling good, then it's way more hard. So, but I don't know the real. Flow Grappling says one thing, Philippe says the other thing. So we don't know. It's gonna be very hard to
Yeah.
judge. All Flow Grappling is lying. Oh, Philippe is lying. We don't know. We're never gonna know.
Yeah.
But I understand there's a promotion too. If I put all that show, I got your like your plane tickets from Brazil, your corners flight tickets from Brazil. I did a lot of promotion, put a lot of advertising, a lot of things, a lot of money, hotel, this and that, all the and then now on a fight as a promotion. I'm gonna try to push you to fight
Yeah.
as much as I can. But as a fighter, I don't want to fight, so it's very complicated. So it's very hard to judge. But I think the rematch, they gotta make a rematch. For sure, Philippe lost a little bit of the motivation in the match, and on my point of view, he was doing good. He wasn't doing bad, but he just doesn't have the normal hungry that he had. And Gordon was on point too, good takedowns. Was on top, was getting the good pressure, but the fight. I'm the way I like the fights. I don't like that no time limit.
Yeah.
It gets too much on the cardio, too much on on that. It relates too much to that. And it gets boring. After like those guys can all wrestling. They will wrestle hand fight so bad, and then maybe one thing downhill, and they just do a little thing when the guy gets sloppy. So I don't like that rule. As a
Yeah.
entertaining, as a watch to be the guy like with my popcorn, my Coca-Cola, whatever I have my drink and watching is not exciting at all. I'd rather 20, 30 minutes, full blow, referee on you. Let's go. You gotta be offensive. Let's go. A little bit more ADCC rules. I like way better than no time limits.
Yeah. No, I agree with you. I mean, I think there's definitely times and places for that no limit. Like, I mean, if it was like the super fight at ADCC, I would rather have it be a little bit more closer to an hour than just a 30-minute time limit. But then you get super boring matches like last time, which was 𝗵𝗃 and 𝗏𝗏, where it's like, man, it's 25 minutes. Like, let's just end it. It's not gonna go
They
anywhere.
just they just have fighting, just trying
Yeah.
to warm each other up and then try to get one move and then
Yeah.
so I don't me that's not my style. No, I cannot. What we gonna do?
Yeah.
I'm gonna try to take you down and then for sure we're gonna hand fight. Depends on the guy. I'm not gonna pull guard. I like more my game on top, but I'm gonna be so aggressive. So because of the MMA, I think because of my style, but I don't even want to do an hour match with the guy. I
Yeah.
don't. I think I'm gonna try to kill you in maybe 15, 20 minutes. After that, whatever it is. But I don't know. I don't like it.
Yeah.
I'm not a fan of that style. I still watch it. I watched the whole match, but got to a point that I gotta check on my phone because it was just like, wow, not
Yeah.
doing much. And
It's
then
gonna.
whenever they were doing jujitsu, I say, okay, now I'm watching. Oh, okay, yeah. Oh, he almost passed. Oh, he recovered easy. Oh, well, okay, okay. Now they on the feet. Shit. Okay.
Yeah, and back
Oh,
to.
okay. Now so it was. kind of like that the way I was watching.
Yeah. So when everything happened, like just kind of going back really, like when everything happened on Sunday, is there kind of like communication between, I mean, you're one of those people that is the elite level of jujitsu and grappling. And there's, it's like you, 𝗶𝗧𝘂𝘁𝗶𝗳𝘆 and Kavaka and all these guys. Like, is it one of those things where all of a sudden you start seeing like group texts kind of start up and conversation or messages from guys you haven't heard from in a while just kind of pop up?
𝗶𝗧𝘂𝘁𝗶𝗃 is my neighbor now. He lives very
Oh
close
yeah.
to me. I saw 𝗶𝗧𝘂𝘁𝗃 a lot right now. We're getting a little way closer now, and we're doing a seminar next week. Next week, this week,
Mm,
this Saturday. I have a seminar in Dallas to open up Mick Maynard Renzo Gracie School in Dallas. So the seminar will be me, 𝗶𝗧𝘂𝘁𝗃, Rodolfo, and Renzo. So I was already in talk to 𝗶𝗧𝘂𝘁𝘃. Oh, when you go, I think you got the same flight. Blah blah blah. We're gonna have fun.
yeah.
And whenever that happened, I know how 𝗶𝗧𝘂𝘁𝘃 is close with Lo. I know how close he is. Whenever I got the news, I'm like, shit.
Yeah.
I I wait for a little bit. I try to sleep a little bit more. And then I had people coming over to the house after a little bit. Check on 𝗶𝗧𝘂𝘁𝘃, say, hey brother, my feelings. I know the guy was your friend. I just send you some love, a lot of respect. We gotta make sure the jersey will be served in Brazil. We can push a little bit.
Yeah.
Anything I just checking on him because I know 𝗶𝗧𝘂𝘁𝘃 is super close. But yeah, all the other groups, everybody was. I have like a couple group chats. Everybody was sending all the things about him, couple different videos, a little bit of talk, a little bit of his couple last messages before he go out. I knew that he talked to Felipe Pena before, like on a Saturday, asking to Felipe to call him, and Felipe didn't. And then Felipe, no, I'll call you tomorrow, and then
Yeah. Tomorrow never comes.
never came. So it was I don't know, was crazy. So yeah, all the jujitsu groups that I have, all the little, it got crazy. Everybody was talking about
Yeah. So I know you got to get going. What's next for you as like MMA or grappling? Are you gonna try and make it out to ADCC?
it. Yeah, I'm gonna need to watch. To be honest, I was talking to Mo to try to fight. They even invite me. They had a place where we start talking. But right now, me being the top five, like top four now in the UFC, they don't allow me to fight. Not at all. I
Yeah.
tried. I called in. I supposedly have a fight coming up with 𝗶𝗃𝘁𝘃𝘁𝗃 Masvidal. It's not a done deal yet. We're still talking about the dates. It's not confirmed yet, but that's the fight that the UFC and my management are working on it. That's the fight. It's it's almost a done deal, but we're struggling on the dates. And then I say, oh, in the meantime, let me freaking get better and do ADCC. Why not?
Mm,
And then I try, but they said no. They didn't let me fight. I tried pretty hard. I really try. I say, but they say no. All those guys are juice head. They don't. It's no USADA in there. They're not testing. You're gonna get
yeah.
hurt. And there now we want to give you a big fight. No, don't do it. Say
Yeah.
please don't do it. And I kind of agree. Now that they give me a better contract, they want to give me a big fight. It's going to be very hard for me to take a risk and get
Yeah.
injury. So, but I'll be there. I'll be there. I'm going to start helping Wagner out on his preparation. A couple guys maybe Cyborg, a couple guys, but for sure Wagner. I'll be pushing Wagner a lot, and I'll be there. I'll be there to
Yeah.
watch you. How come I'm not gonna lose that?
Yeah.
I cannot lose that. It's gonna be a crazy one.
I'll have
And I
to
gotta
I'll have to follow you then because I'll be out there. So maybe we'll do a little behind the scenes at ADCC. Let's do a video.
100%. That would be cool. That would be
Yeah.
cool. I'm
Well,
even gonna talk to more and get my tickets because
oh, you better
I'm
get them
going.
quick.
When is that? September
17th and 18th.
17 and 18. I'll be there for sure. For sure.
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
even gonna put on my schedule. I didn't have on my schedule. My
Oh man.
schedule is getting
Yeah.
now. Talk to more.
Oh, you're cutting out a little bit. You're cutting out a little bit. There you go. Yeah, I lost you. Let's see. I'll give it a second. See if we can get you back. Oh,
I can't hear you.
there we go. Now I see you. Yeah, I got you.
Can you hear me? Yeah, I
Yeah.
could hear you all the time. I said I'm gonna talk to Mo.
Yeah.
I'm gonna get my tickets for sure because I'm going. I'm gonna put on my schedule and I'm going 100%.
All right, let me know, man. I'll be flying out Thursday night so I can watch the everything on Friday. So just let me know. I'll catch you over there. Oh, I lost you again. Nope. All right. Oh, you're still cutting out. That's that Florida cell phone service. Nope. I'll give it like another.
I can hear you.
Hey, I
I'm in
can't.
Boca.
Yeah, that's that. There you go. Nice of you. I'll let you go, dude. That way you don't have to worry about it. Focus on your driving, dude. Thank you so much for taking the time, man. Are you gonna, if you're gonna be training tomorrow, text me. I'll come and swing by. And
I'll be there. Come by.
all right, man. I'll catch you tomorrow then. I appreciate it. Go focus on your driving, man. I'll talk to you later.
My brother. Take it
All right.
easy.
Love you, bud. Drive safe. Well, there you go. Big thank you to Gilbert for taking on the podcast at such a last minute. Obviously, you can see he just finished training. He was actually heading out to go do some other stuff. A bit of an abrupt end, but we're getting ready to wrap up the podcast anyway. So big thank you to my brother, Gilbert Burns. Please go give him a follow. Serious information in that podcast. And I have a feeling a lot more information is going to be coming out about this individual who I don't even want to say his name, the guy that shot Lo. Like Gilbert said, that they had a past connection between Lo and this individual. So I have a good feeling that if we just wait a while and let the things play out, that the information is going to come out. Hopefully, knock on wood, this guy doesn't get away with it. You can call it whatever it is, but it's very well known the corruption in Brazil, especially in the police and the violence that people have to deal with on a daily basis over there. So we just hope that justice is going to be served properly in Brazil. Our wishes go out to the family and friends of Leandro Lo. Obviously, there's the other conversation that we'll have later on about the connection with 𝗶𝗧𝘂𝘁𝗄 and stuff. We'll definitely be getting into that. But with that being said, a big thank you to all of our sponsors. We're not going to make a big frill ending, but please go check out our sponsors, 𝗶𝗂𝘂𝘁𝗄 and 𝗔𝗺𝘂 Soap Co. The description and the codes are down in the description below. And thank you very much. And sad, and we lost a legend this week. But hopefully we all remember him in the right way through the art and through the techniques. So thank you very much, and I'll catch you guys on the next one.